Hello guys, and welcome to Tech It. As promised in my last video, today I'm going to show you how to build a coke oven factory a little bit more in depth. I'm obviously going to do a voiceover on this one so you can see what I'm talking about and hopefully understand me a little better. First of all, you will need these coke oven bricks, and this is the recipe right here. I'm just going to go ahead and use my philosopher's stone and set this up real quick, get some coke oven bricks. Here we are. Alright, now if you don't know how to set up these coke ovens, it's very simple. Basically just follow the pattern I lay out. Basically it's just a 3x3 cube with the middle left out, and let's see, bam, that little window pops up and there's your coke oven. And let's build 3 more or 2 more, and then I'll get more in depth on how these actually work. I choose 6 coke ovens total to make my factory. I'm sure you can make more and it'll produce a hell of a lot, but I feel like the 6 I have produce enough for what I'm trying to do. So anyway, oops. Once we get these built, I'll go get some coal, unless I have some on me, and I'll show you how these work. Or actually I don't have to. So basically what happens, you put the coal in this very leftmost slot, and you know, over time, as you can see the arrow moving, it moves very slowly, so that's why you need to use a lot of them so you can produce a lot of creosote oil. It gives off this byproduct, coal, which is, all I know about it is twice as good as coal, and only certain things in the game use it. So far that I know, generators and stuff like that still take it, so you can use it in that. And as you can tell, it also creates creosote oil, which is what you need to make your wooden rail beds and rails and so on. So and also, as you can notice, hold on, let me see if I can get this one. It only has a chance to produce creosote oil. It doesn't produce it every time like it does with the coke coal. As you can see, this little raindrop thing is half full in this one, and right here is empty because it's not producing anything. So it only has a chance, so that's why, you know, building 6 of them like this, you get a lot more creosote oil. Alright, so now that we got our coke oven all filled in, off our factory looking all kind of spiffy and nice, as you can see, I left just this these faces open, this side closed, and this other face over here open as well. And these 6 slots in the middle, well, 5 in the middle, I just showed you. I left this one to show you what I did. Basically just leave the middle slot open in the middle of the oven. I don't know if it matters if it's the middle slot or not. I just know it works for me. It worked for me when I did it. So anyway, take your item unloaders and go ahead and place them in those empty holes. And now, what these unloaders will do, you can filter, you can put the filters here, and it could have, you know, up to 4 items. Our filter is obviously going to be coal, and what's going to happen, it's this item unloader is going to take the coal from the chest cart that's going to be rolling around the track and keep the coke ovens filled with coal at all times until the cart runs out, of course. But you know, you'd have to check a hell of a lot less, so it works out fantastically. Go ahead and put your holding rails on top of those item unloaders. When the unloaders are done unloading from the chest cart, they will send it on its way. They will give power to the holding rail so the cart can go on its way. And that's, you know, you could probably use I think it's either a one-way rail or a control rail or something like that, that only sends the cart in the one direction, but I figured it doesn't really matter. Now also what I do is I take one of these other rails off and put a holding rail here and power it with a lever, and what this will do is when the cart rolls by, you know, obviously it's stopped, I can just, you know, check it. I usually leave it on. Let's see here, perhaps a demo will work. There, see, the cart's not going anywhere because it's on the holding rail. As soon as I give it power, it'll go in one way. You can see the holding rails powering up underneath the cart. Obviously it doesn't have any coal in it, so it's gonna just go ahead and keep moving. Let's see if I have some here. Not much. Oops. Now hopefully what will happen when I send this cart going, it's going to stop above all these item unloaders and unload, you know, however much coal it needs to keep it going, and then be on its way. So it should stop on top of each one of them for a little bit. Let's see. Yep, there it is. It's stopping there, filling it up. This one's full too. Maybe this cat's one in action. No. Perhaps it ran out of coal. But anyway, you get the gist of it. So that's what happens on the top. You know, and that's what makes it easier, a hell of a lot easier on checking your ovens. You know, you can just check this once whenever, and it'll be there for you in a lot of it. Okay, now to the other side. I know that to unload the coal from the oven, you need to put your item unloaders on this side. I don't know if it matters whether it's this side or this side, but I usually use this side and it works for me. So let's go ahead and put them all right there. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, but let's put our holding rails down so we don't forget. Oops. Oh, and also another cool thing about Railcraft. This is the recipe for it. I'm not going to actually demo it for you, but that's the recipe for it. It gives you a crowbar. As you can tell, I already made a few of them, so that's why I'm not going to make some more. But instead of using my pickaxe, my red matter pickaxe, which is really good to take the rail out and risk doing that, you can use your crowbar, and it works on rails. It also works on, I think, switch rails. You can like switch them around if they're not facing the right direction or whatever. But anyway, let's go ahead and link these up and make the second loop. Let's see, is that about the middle? Put our holding rail there. And let's see. Okay, actually we're going to go see. Bam. Put our item loaders here and there. I'll leave that spot blank for the holding rails. Go all the way around the side. Bam. Hopefully I have enough holding rails for this demo. If not, I'm going to show you guys how to make some more. Oops. Let's put our levers down here. Make sure it works. Put our cart down. And I actually need some of this. I think I have some more over here. Yep, there we go. Because you need to filter all these, you know, so the only thing that it filters out of the oven is the coal. I don't know if you have to do this. I know it makes it work, so that's what I do. Alright, I'm not gonna go too in depth on, like I said, how all this stuff works or how I got it. You can probably figure it out on your own. Use wikis and stuff. I'll leave descriptions in the links in the description rather for the websites I use that help me out. So, but anyway, what should happen now is this cart should stop, you know, underneath each one of these loaders, and the loader should take the coal from inside of here and put it into the chest cart. So let's see. Fantastic. Let's go catch it on the other side, hopefully. There's a few coal here. Bam, you see, so it keeps doing that loop, the same thing, you know, on the top. I don't have enough coal in there, so, but, you know, so this thing would just keep going around, and instead of your oven stopping because it's full of coal, whatever, you know, this way it works. So anyway, now, probably the hardest thing to do, but it's not really hard, it's just more time consuming. I'll go ahead and dig this bottom out. Alright guys, so now we got this bottom all dug out. Basically just dug a 2x2 area, well technically a 3x whatever area underneath these things. Let's go ahead and do the same thing we did on top on the bottom, but this time we will be using item loaders instead of unloaders. Same thing right in the middle of it, but on the bottom. Go go ahead and put those down. Now we're gonna have to do this for our track so it can be pretty much directly underneath our loaders. So let's go ahead and do this real quick, and then we can lay our track down. And yeah, there we go. Put our loaders there, or our holding rails rather, right under the loaders. Oops, whatever for now. Do that. Let's go ahead and put this one here, just you know, for the ease of stopping the cart. Okay, and now we can use our regular rails and link this loop up. Alright, now we can put this last cart down. And I don't think I have any creosote oil, but you know what? Sure, there's enough in one of these. Perfect. Alright, and the same thing, you gotta filter it out. I'm gonna tell it to filter out the creosote oil. Obviously that first one that I took all the creosote oil from to filter it out, and these other ones it's not gonna stop underneath for very long, but underneath these ones it should stop until it picks all of them out. So let's see how this one works. Are you pretty full? Cool. Bam, and it's on its way, and I'll just go ahead and watch this one. You can see it stopping. Bam, you saw how fast it took it out of there. So now it's just going to keep going in that loop and collect the creosote oil. And you know, these things have been running for just, you know, the duration of this video, so it made just a bunch just hanging out right there. But you know, we can go ahead and get this one going, and I also filled this up with coal so we can get this one going, and you can see how it stops, and it's gonna fill them all up. You saw it drain the coal. Obviously the other cart went around and got all of those. This cart should be on its way to give me some coal, so let's wait for it. See, there we go. Bam. And I think I was just in its way and glitched it out, but oh yeah, it touched me, and see, it's going the different way now, but you can always tell it to. So I just leave these loops going, guys, and I'm just gonna stop them from right now just to show you guys how they worked pretty much. Obviously the coal is gone from here and it went into each one of these ovens. I'm not gonna open them up. I don't need to. You can see they're all full. Oops. That's not good, whatever happened there. Somehow the cart still kept going. Let's go ahead and stop this one too. And this one at the bottom's already stopped. Yeah, and you can see, unfortunately you can't use alchemical chests from Equivalent Exchange to run these carts. It would be very nice. Maybe one of the moderators can look into that and putting the alchemical chest in here, or making it, you know, somehow a bigger chest that would, you know, make it even more convenient. But like I said before, you can definitely extend this out, which is probably what I'll end up doing. Add another 6 and do the same thing. Unloaders for the cart, on top for coal, in the middle, and on the bottom you use item loaders to load the, you know, coal or creosote oil into your chest carts. You can get crazy with it if you play with Railcraft, and put switch rails and have a switch motor, and whenever you feel like it, you can have a button go into your base, and you know, you can take the carts off the loop that way and check them and then send them back on the loop, you know, from wherever you wish. But I feel like this is adequate enough. It definitely takes care of all of my creosote oil needs. Unfortunately, some of these mods aren't interchangeable. For example, Equivalent Exchange only works with regular Minecraft vanilla stuff. You can't, you know, produce pipes or rails or anything like that in it. So all that stuff you have to work for to get it going. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and